What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again. Last Day on Earth action and the Lunar New Year Event is here. Let's get into it. We're going to try to run through a whole bunch of tips and tricks. I've already, on my free-to-play account, run through some things here. So I'm going to try to rattle off a couple of things, give you some tips and tricks to help you out, and then we'll jump into a few of the events and kind of give you a quick rundown on everything that's going on here. If you played last year, this is a mix of old and new. There's some new components, there's some old components. A couple locations like this one are going to be familiar to you. If it's new for you, great. Pretty good event. I like what we got going on here. I think this is going to be very achievable without spending a whole ton of additional resources. We'll get into that really quickly here. So long story short, you're going to have to there's quite a few different event items. There's a whole bunch that's going to be used for rep. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that you can grab that you can then craft. If you're familiar with last year, the rice patties and making of the rice is back. So you're going to get seeds, which you're going to find on enemies, specific enemies. You're going to be able to use these 4 plant beds here. You're going to be able to craft them up, and then you can take this wheat, whatever this is, the rice stem, excuse me, and then you're going to be able to put it in the rice cooker, and you're going to be able to make rice. You have a storage here in the top corner. I would recommend that you do 2 things with this. You're going to want to put some aluminum and probably some iron if you can spare both those resources. You're definitely going to need something to burn or to cook. Charcoal is the best, so that would be the recommendation. You have 2 cookers here, which after some time, you're going to be using quite a bit. Now, something that's new this go around is my main man here who is accepting Warrior's Gold. In the past, Warrior's Gold, or last year, Warrior's Gold was used to like refresh some events to be able to get some weapons and suits of armor, which was cool. This time, you can find Warrior's Gold on enemies. So you don't need to buy this. I would not, I say this again, I would not pay 400 coins unless you really want to. For these weapons, what's going to happen here is we're going to trade this. I'm going to take this thing. I am going to be testing the rest of these, but right now it seems like damage output is the best. You're going to be sneaking a lot of enemies with this, and this is going to be great for durability. So I suggest taking this one. Although if you take the other ones, I think you'll be fine. But you can trade this. What's going to happen here is you get a reset on this every hour. I will tell you, after completing quite a few tasks and doing some things, I have probably 2 or 3 more weapon purchases that I'm ready to go with. So I don't believe that these weapons are going to be difficult. Now, there's a couple of tips and tricks to talk about with that, but I just want to share that with you. We have our Sage here. This is going to be a pretty normal track for what you would expect. I'm going to say decent rewards. I know if I say these are good, folks are going to get mad at me. These are okay. These are okay. The cool part here is you're going to get a specialty weapon up front. I've always been a big fan of dog food. I think that's nice. Anytime you can get puppies is pretty cool. So I'm happy with this. There's a lot of northern related elements in this, which I don't think is a bad thing. I honestly think that helps a little bit of the grind. I mean, you got some berry tincture, you got some wool. You have some basic stuff here. So folks like 6 survival kit coupons is like kind of weird. I don't, make this 25, give me a whatever. Filters are cool, whatever. There's some genomes in here as we would expect. Level 20 gets you the backpack, which is cool. There's some season experience as well. Some Molotovs, which is pretty neat. You do get some steel up here at 25, so that's going to be helpful, and some copper, which is nice. Set of armor. Couple of machetes I think is really cool. As you get up into the 30s, this is where it starts to get a little bit better. You got some glass, car battery, which is nice, some fuel. 5 military notebooks is good, some more genomes. 35 gives you your outfit there, some weapon parts, some SWAT armor, and then you get to 40, and you get the last cosmetic, which is the mobile tavern. Upwards, here, this is the best. 40 and up, I would say, is the best rewards. Gas cylinder is great. I really like these. This is like one of my favorite cosmetics in the game is the seedlings. They don't come around often, so that's really cool. Flight controller's nice, some more genomes, and then a level 3 Rottweiler puppy. Pretty sweet. And then, as we had seen from the Winter of Despair event, you've got genomes making its way back. Now, this is an escalating scale, and as you would anticipate, you have this right here, which is your rep page. So, this is going to vary a little bit, but I will tell you that after completing the events, I did 2 stages of the events, 2 of the bosses. I'll get to that here in a second. I made it all the way up to a level 11 on the first day, which is pretty solid. So I'm going to be tracking this. I'm going to be paying attention to it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill some of this up here. So we get that right away, and that goes and jumps up to 310 at level 3. So I want to write that down. I'm kind of tracking everything here because we're going to be jumping into. What I have found is that you're going to be able to do 40 steel. You're going to be able to do 10 aluminum, and let's look to see. You're going to be able to do 5 steel. So 5, 10, 40. That's pretty crazy. 5, 10, 40 for this. But even with that alone, we've already jumped up to level 4. Now, the nice part about this event and why I think you're going to really be able to grind, one, you have 17 days, which is crazy. Super long event. So you can play every day. It feels like this one you could probably miss a little bit. You're going to be able to drop in a lot of this stuff. At least these 4 I have found. I have not found dumplings or the steamed fish quite yet. So we'll see when that comes up, if we get that option, or maybe with some tasks today. But you also are going to be able to earn the caramel apples. And this is where you're going to make really, really great progress. When you defeat the bosses, you're going to grab caramel apples. So that's pretty nice. So people are going to ask, Doc, do you need to put in steel? I don't think so. I didn't put any steel in on free to play because it's a really useful resource for me. So I did not quite do that yet. So I don't think so. I personally don't think so. Let's jump into some tasks and let's talk about how, in general, this event is going to work. You're going to be able to do 2 of these right away. You're going to be able to finish this and then get an instant reset. You see these 3 little lanterns here. You essentially have 3 separate different tasks that you're going to be able to get. You're going to go to these locations. You're going to get this little invitation. You get 3 of these and we'll show you it will unlock a new location. You take your 3 invitations, you go there, you fight a boss. There's a couple of different variations of the boss that I've seen so far. You finish that, it gives you some caramel apples, and then basically you rinse repeat this. Now you're going to be able to complete these 3 events first here, do the boss, then they're going to reset immediately. You're going to be able to do them again, and then you go into your daily cooldown. So that is what I have seen. The other piece of this is that the silent abode becomes available for you. You can auto this. You can also refresh this twice per day. This, I will tell you, is the best location for harvesting these items. You're going to notice that you get an immense amount of rice, but I also found really good amount of these tortoise cakes and these lotus roots. Kumquats you can find here at the location. You have to farm these a little bit more. You're not going to get quite as many, but these are really good. I found quite a bit of warrior's gold as well, but I did not find the dumplings. So, your best bet here, just like your normal daily tasks, complete your daily tasks, go fight the boss, and jump into that. There are special armored zombies. Let's run over here because this is going to be the best place for these. There are special armored zombies called terracotta zombies that require these ancient weapons. That's what this is. You see that? It has this little symbol here. This defeats their ancient old style armor. You do not need to use these weapons to kill these guys, okay? I want to say that really clearly because if you use up your weapons a little too quickly, you're going to be in a need for them. What you can do instead is just use your basic weapons. Now, are they going to be as effective? No, they are not, but they're still going to be pretty good. And you can see here that we're going to grab, I'm telling you, as we clear this location, we're going to grab a ton. It's not that bad of a reduction. It's really not that bad. I have been using a lot of machetes. That's what I did for free to play. If you have pipes that have good mods on them, anything that has a solid mod with a lot of damage is what you're looking for. We've got some red cakes. We've got some more gold. So we're really going to be able to kind of pile this up. Kumquats are these little plants that you see here. And you have some zombies that will crawl out of some stuff as well. The reason I say to save your weapons, the big reason you want to save your weapons is for the fact that you are going to need, there are going to be some quests that require you to use those weapons to kill the zombies. That is the task that you have. So I would tell you really strongly, save your weapons up. The boss fights, you're gonna have to probably just kind of grind through them. That's the best thing I can tell you. You do not need the specialty weapons, at least in the 2 that we've been able to complete. If you have a dog, obviously you should bring your dog friend with you because they're pretty good. You saw a guy do quite a bit of damage there. I want to see what just this does. 136. Yeah, I'm not even wasting this basically. And we're just kind of crunching through these guys. Have your dog, use your drone if you have your drone available to do some damage. I'm probably going to take the drone into the boss fight actually once we get that queued up. So, but like I said, I really want to just share with you my biggest tip is save these specialty weapons, at least until you get a little bit of a stockpile. We'll walk out of here probably with enough gold to get maybe close to 2 resets of the weapons. After that, we could probably use them a little bit more frequently. But again, I want to make sure to save them for, I dealt with the next set of tasks. I dealt with two tasks that required us to kill the zombies. Now, the other thing I should note is that you only have to deal the final killing blow with the weapon. That becomes really helpful in order to save some of the durability. So, for instance, on this guy up here, if we were to hit him with a saw blade mace, and then we were to swap, just assuming that this was our specialty weapon, and get that final hit, it still counts. It would still count for completing that task. So that's another way to help you save and grind a little bit more efficiently with hanging on to your special weapons. And I think that's going to be a good tip for folks, especially again if you maybe miss a day or can't, whatever the case may be. I think these weapons are going to become really, really important. Now again, the boss fights, we'll try to get to one here pretty quickly. And I think actually I'm going to go ahead. We'll do one more set of tasks and then I will probably skip the other one. Okay, so this is complete. This place is also just a little bit of a maze, and it does change every time. If you're not familiar from last year, it does change each iteration. Some of what's blocked kind of switches around, which is kind of cool. Here we had our dogs on. We got 11, so we almost got 2 full exchanges of this, which is really, really nice. So we're going to be able to get some additional weapons from that. So grinding this location is going to be really, really good. Let me run over here. Let me just run over here. We'll do this task. This does have a cooldown, so you can just come here and clear this, but I have seen at least your daily tasks, at least one of them will have you coming here. I do want to take a look to see, so we can refresh this, but let me auto this. Okay, so we got some dumplings by autoing it. Is that worth it? I don't think so. You're going to find an immense amount of rice. Like an immense amount of rice. Dumplings, okay. If you have spare rations, do with them as you please. This doesn't feel worth it to me. I think you're going to be fine without it. I genuinely believe that, especially if you can jump in every day. So here's how this is going to work. We have the 3 invitations. We ring the gong. This is saying, hey, are you ready to fight? Do you have everything you need? Make sure you bring some armor. Make sure you bring some heals. Make sure you bring some weapons. These guys have a ton of health. Okay, a ton of health. I'm going to throw this on. I probably won't use that. I'm good here. Let's just heal up. Let's get into this thing. Okay, this guy, yeah, again, just brute force this, right? That's all I've been doing. He will bleed you from time to time. Apparently my dog didn't make it in the fight. I'm obviously not doing a ton of damage here, but I'm still getting some crits. And that's what we got. Now this is doing 30 damage a hit. And see, I wouldn't particularly want to use this on the gray wolves, as I can 2-shot these guys, but I will use this one up just to make this fight go a little bit faster. This sword seems to have pretty solid durability from what I can tell. But both weapons do. I have not tested the crossbow yet. That's a new one this time, this go around. I do have it on free to play, but I did not. I have not shot it yet. I also noticed that this guy has a tendency. It seemed like he got kind of like stuck here. Finish him. We knock that out. Okay, that's done. Now, the second boss that I ended up fighting was a big bear. The bear did not call in any reinforcements, but he basically just punched you like a big bear. And that was it. We get 8 of these, which is 200 points apiece, which is insane. It's pretty freaking insane. Not gonna lie. It's a lot. That is a lot. That sword held up pretty good, too. Pretty happy with that. So then, we'll run back here. We finish this up. Let's jog out of here. You can buy these invitations if you so choose, but you get an instant reset here. Instant reset, good to go. And this is what I was talking about. This requires you to kill these guys with those specific weapons. You cannot complete this if you don't have some of your specialty weapons. So make sure that you have them. In this one, you do not need them. So that's pretty nice. I'm probably just going to auto this. I'm going to lose out again on some materials here, but I'm okay with that just because I want to get that done. This also reset, interestingly enough. Dig out the eastern chest. I have not done this one yet. That's a new one for me. But let's run over here and complete this. This says go back to the hidden garden. All this is saying is that you need to get to level 45. I'll show you that here. Let's just work through these really quick and let's get this done. I think really helpful to get some good materials here to get just some fast progress in this event. There we go. There's the steamed fish. Okay. So it's just based on the task that you get, it looks like. It looks like you'll have some opportunity to find it. It's not bad. Weapons work, just guns work the same way. I want to just take a look here. So this has 22 damage. This has 36 damage. I wonder if there's maybe more of these. That'd be nice. Just looks like some things. So 22 damage on our pistol here. We're doing 16 a shot, so we're losing about 6 damage. And this we're losing about, what, 9 damage? So it's not a terrible reduction. Not a terrible reduction. And again, I really do, you want to save yourself some heartache. Because of the tasks, I think it just makes a ton of sense to save up your weapons there. Just grunt through it, you know what I mean? Just use your melee weapons. These guys will die. They do a pretty decent amount of damage, so do make sure you have some good armor on. But other than that, you really can kind of grind through this. Make sure you have your dogs active. That way you're getting, any kind of bonuses or boosts that you can. And there we go. All right, so we have 3 invitations again. Now we're going to be able to head back. And we're going to be able to go ahead and fight one more boss. Now, it's telling you to activate the tasks. Be mindful that you don't need to click that. Do not need to click that. That's where the reset is going to be, your daily reset. I would also make sure that you jump in here and you fight the boss with your invitations before you click it. Now, if you want to get some fast progress and you have some coins to spend, by all means. But again, this is going to work exactly the same way it did this last time. Ooh, my armor's in rough shape. Let me grab a fresh set of armor here. Let's just grab some SWAT armor. And we'll replace this. Just so I don't get into any trouble here. I have a feeling this is also going to be the bear. So we can go, we can ring the gong. Again, we used this up. Yep, this is the bear. He stunned me. So again, I just stand here, fight this guy, heal, and just grind it down. Now it's a lot. This is a lot. You're going to use some weapons up. You're gonna use up some durability. You're gonna use up some armor. You're definitely gonna use up some heals. That's probably the biggest thing. So I'm gonna use this just to speed this fight up a little bit. Probably the swords are best, I would say, for the boss fights. I just think the fast attack speed plus the damage here is going to be pretty good to help kind of wear this down. That'd be my recommendation. But obviously, you can play this as you see fit. This is one way to get through these. And they're done. And that's it. And then again, the reward, I think each time is going to be the same, which is 8 more of the candy apples, which is so good. Also be mindful, if you get stuck here, if you drive here, I had this happen on free to play, a little tip. Just drive your bike to right here and you can get off. I don't know why it does that, but that was a little odd. It's like there's too much stuff in the way right there. But that's how that sets up. Now, so from here, you're going to go back and you're going to get into your daily reset. You can spend the coins to essentially get your 3 tasks to then rinse and repeat this. And that's how you're able to speed this event up outside of just straight paying for it, which, to be honest with you, I actually like this system. I understand free to play. Again, we're running a free to play account, done it for a long time. I get it. The game needs to be free to play friendly. This event feels very, very free to play friendly. Really does. Go in, do your tasks. You're going to be able to earn the weapons you need to make the task easier. You're going to be able to go and kind of grind those locations every day, do your resets. If you have coins to spend or you want to spend coins, I would tell you that that's probably the best way to do it. Because again, you're going to, every boss fight, you're getting 8 of those candied apples. That's 1,600 rep points, which is a massive amount. So I'm going to do this because we have some coins. So you can complete the 3 tasks. Again, see, they pop up. Here we go. What do we need? So with lanterns, again, that's a pretty easy one. Run over here. Terracotta zombies, again, using century-old armor. So you got to use your weapons, and then you have to kill these basic guys. And again, we could auto this if we want, but I'm going to go and just clean these up normally. And those are the tasks that I've seen up to this point. I'm sure there's probably a few more. I really did like the digging up the treasure one. I thought that was pretty interesting. And it gave us some steamed fish. So that part was pretty cool too. So again, now we can reset all of this, which is really nice. I'll do that there in just a minute. Let's grab some candied apples. And I can put some of this away. Some of this away. Just put all of it away. We are stacked up. You're going to have storage for this is going to be the biggest challenge, I think. And unfortunately, this one right here, you can't utilize for whatever reason. Can't put stuff in here, but this looks like a reward chest. So maybe once you get to a certain level or something, but taking a look here. So yeah, it looks like you're going to be able to do 5 of each of these if you so choose to do that. And then I want to be careful here. I don't want to blow past the levels because I'm tracking them. So that's 7. Takes up to 8. This will take us to 9. Where did I get to last time? 11. So there's 10 at 5, 10. I didn't notice these. These weren't jumping an immense amount, which was pretty nice. So that's where I got to on free to play without the steel. And without the fish or the dumplings. So that was good. So let me throw these in here. So it goes up to 530 to get to level 12. And I think we're set on all this, right? I can do some rice here to get a few more points, but that's pretty good. So we're up to level 12 here. This is saying, hey, you need to go. And you need to basically get to level 45 and wrap this up. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I think you're going to have plenty of opportunity to get a lot of the good rewards here. I feel really good, especially as I'm noticing how this is jumping up. It's not jumping a ton. Now, that's not to say that later on it doesn't escalate, but I'm going to gain a little bit more data. So probably do another video here where we're going to knock out some different tasks. and kind of showcase and talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to spend some coins as well, trying to work through a bunch of this stuff, fight some of the other bosses. So hopefully this was helpful for you, beneficial for you. Try to throw in a bunch of information to get you on the way. Make sure that you're spending your resources correctly. It is going to be a resource grind, but I do feel like you're going to have a really good opportunity to make some great progress. Again, we have a ton of days here to be able to go and to complete this event, which is always really nice. So hopefully this was helpful. Tips and tricks. We'll be back with more. Tomorrow's video is going to be a little weird because we're jumping around a little bit, but we're talking about the update and some other things. So I didn't mention it here, but we'll mention it tomorrow on free to play. And then we'll jump into some more of this event, and got a few other things on the task list in the works as well for the rest of the week. So good luck with the new event. Grab some good rewards. Hopefully you have some fun. It is cool. I really do I like just the feel of this. There's lots to do. I'm always a fan of that. Standard locations are nice too. And it is definitely going to be a grind. But if you're able to grind, you got plenty of time to do it. So I think you should be able to get some good success. So enjoy it. Have fun. Flash some socials, like, comment, subscribe. If you found the video helpful, consider subscribing. Tons of Last Day on Earth content on our channel here. Bunch of playlists, whole bunch of stuff. We deep dive some topics in our Wasteland Survival Guide, and we just have some fun on free to play in our main account. We do some other fun videos as well. Be sure to check that out. Socials, if you want to join our Discord, keep up to date, chat with us. If you got any other tips or tricks you want to throw down below, be sure to do that. We love helping the community out. And with that, close it out. Have a good one. Catch you in the next video. Peace.